Hello, what's up? Welcome back to another episode. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the Nintendo Switch 2 that was announced at the Nintendo Direct the other day. I didn't actually sit and watch the whole thing. I just sort of glanced through it because I actually thought about coming on and making some content for it, but it's been a busy week at work, as usual, and pretty tired from fucking next door neighbours, which is hopefully getting sorted. Police are involved now, the council's involved now, and got in touch with their letting agency, the people that are letting the house to them, so they're involved now as well. So hopefully it's going to get fucking sorted. But I wanted to sort of come on and talk about the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, I love my Switch OLED. I'm disappointed the Switch 2 isn't an OLED. I think they're missing a trick there. I think that should have been an OLED from the get-go. But I love this Nintendo Switch. I love the games. I love the IP. Nintendo, if you want to play Nintendo exclusives, you have to buy a Nintendo machine. They are old school. Nintendo's doing their own thing. But my time with the Nintendo Switch, I kind of feel like the games take a long time to come out. And that's because Nintendo obviously developed them themselves and whatnot. But the games don't come out as quick as I'd like them to. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not going to pre-order the Switch 2 and I'm not going to buy the Switch 2 because I know what I'm like. I do get annoyed when I watch other YouTubers like Dreamcast Guy, who made a video completely panning the Switch 2, completely kicking off about the price. And it's different. It's a different perspective if you are an American at the moment because all these Trump tariffs and everything's going up because there's tariffs. I don't understand it all, but it doesn't really affect us over here in the UK. But then Dreamcast Guy went on to say at the end of that massive rant video, "Oh, I'm still going to buy one because I've got to make one. I've got to get it for my YouTube channel." And it really annoys me when people say that. Like he did the same with the PlayStation Pro. Oh, it's too expensive. I'm selling my old PlayStation to my girlfriend, and I'm still going to buy one because I need to review it for my YouTube channel. No, you don't. I just wish people would just stand by the convictions anymore. If you're just going to blindly buy one anyway, then you don't have the right to complain about it. If you're going to give them a purchase, people should vote with their wallets. If you genuinely think this is a robbery, if you genuinely think this isn't value for money, if you genuinely think that this is Nintendo trying to fleece you, if you don't think it's worth the money, don't fucking buy it. Nobody has a gun to your head and saying, right, you have to buy the Switch. I like to have new toys. I like to have new tech. I love video games. Series X, PlayStation Pro, PS5 downstairs, Nintendo Switch OLED, PC, VR, PlayStation Portal in the bedroom. So I can't sit here and say I'm not going to buy this at launch, because I might do. I would be more annoyed if I came on and said, yeah, it's too expensive, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to buy it, and then bought it, and then made a video going, oh yeah, I did buy one actually. Hypocrite. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think people should be a bit more ruthless when it comes to sort of voting with your wallet and not supporting things that you don't appreciate or think that is fair. There's nothing wrong with that. That's called being a good consumer. With that said, I want to take a look at the price and some of the games that are coming out and some of the features. It's a lot bigger, but we'll have a look at it now. So already from the get-go, if you want to just buy the Nintendo Switch on its own, it's 400 quid. We'll say 400 quid. £396, all but a penny. So £400 for the base console, which you can already, I'm assuming, play previous Nintendo Switch games on there. I hope that they're not locking off Nintendo Switch games behind a paywall. I know you can upgrade Breath of the Wild for a certain amount of money. You can upgrade Tears of the Kingdom for a certain amount of money to get the Switch 2 version. But I'm hoping that you're still going to be able to just play the Nintendo Switch 1 version on the Nintendo Switch 2. So 395 quid on 400 quid for me. That's not a big price for a next generation Nintendo console, considering all the things it does. 4K, I wish it had an OLED screen, 120 FPS. So I'm quite pleased with the price. If you want the game, the Mario Kart World game, 430 quid, so an extra 30 quid. Which I don't think's a bad deal. I don't think that's a bad deal whatsoever at all. We've also got Nintendo Switch Online, which I do subscribe to sometimes, but I usually do it by the year. My actual subscriptions ran out at the moment, but the year's quite a cheap subscription. GameCube games are coming to Nintendo Online, which is huge for me. I absolutely love the Nintendo GameCube, so I'm really happy that that's coming as well. So that's another positive for me. Mario Kart World as a launch game is huge. That's a huge, massive game for the Switch. That's massive. Mario Kart Online day one. Digital version is 66 quid, so not even £70. Do you know what I mean? Most kids, so they're still underneath PlayStation 5 and Xbox. So $66.99. And yeah, I don't see the problem with Nintendo putting the prices up a little bit. Nintendo games don't come down in price. Breath of the Wild is still 50 quid on fucking Nintendo eShop, which is ridiculous. The physical version's £75. Okay, so you're getting a little bit over there with the price. I don't think that's badly priced at all for digital. I buy my games digital because I prefer digital games, but that's each their own. Donkey Kong Bonanza, which I'm told is kind of like Mario Odyssey 2 in a way, £58.99 for digital, 60 quid, under £60. The physical version is 66.99, so under 70 quid. So I don't understand, you know, if you I can understand the thing in America. You know, if you're an American and your Switch games have gone from $70 to $80, then yeah, it looks bad. It is bad. But it has to be down to the tariffs that Trump's putting in. It has to be. I think all video games are going to go up anyway after GTA 6 comes out. I think people need to strap in for that price because I think GTA 6 is going to be 100 quid for that game, and I think that's going to give everyone else the green light to then raise their prices. But you don't have to buy games at launch. You don't have to buy games at launch. Video game sales are a thing. Video game sales come down. You know, Assassin's Creed Mirage, that is now 17 quid as an example. Star Wars Outlaws is about 30 odd pounds now. So these games, you know, you don't have to be at the forefront and buy every single video game launch at full price. You know, you are supporting the industry in the best way possible by doing that, but the industry doesn't fucking care about me or you. They just care about money, you know? And loads of other people are just going to flock them. I mean, I don't understand people that are complaining about the Nintendo Switch prices, right? But you've got people that have put Forza Horizon 5, which is a 5-year-old game or something like that, at the top of the pre-order charts, and they're spending over £100 to get the early access version. So make it make sense. Do you know what I mean? I actually have a SAN disc for this, so hopefully I'll just be able to put that into the Switch 2. Hopefully. You've got the Nintendo Switch 2 camera, which I will not be bothering with, 50 quid. You've got the GameCube controller, 58.99. Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller is 74.99. I actually haven't got a Pro controller for the Switch controller that I use for my Switch, which I'm assuming, because it's a USB, it'll be able to hook up to the Nintendo Switch 2, so I'm covered there as well. Maybe I would buy the Pro controller if I was feeling a bit flush, so that's in itself as well. And then we've got, what else have we got here? And then we've got the console features. So obviously it's a little bit bigger. The Joy-Cons clip in on magnets rather than sliding in. I mean, one of mine's totally broke now. Like, you don't even have to press the button. It just pops out, which is, I mean, it takes a little bit of a push. But that one's locked, that one doesn't. So that's a little bit faulty there. But it still works. So you've got the Mario Kart game, which looks really fun. Brings games to life with a larger 180p screen, or connect to a TV and play it in up to 4K resolution. Supports for HDR, VAR, frame rate up to 120 FPS. Let you enjoy brilliant colour, clarity and smooth gameplay. Snap the new Joy-Con two controllers into place with magnetic connectors. Each controller can even be used as a mouse. So you can use it as a mouse, which I think is really cool. That's Nintendo just innovating yet again. You've got the C button now on the side, this little C button there. That's for game chat. If you press it when you're online, you can then chat to people via the Switch, which I don't really think the Nintendo Switch needs, to be honest with you. You can also, if you have the camera, you can put your face in front of your gameplay for other people to see as well. Nice little gimmick for people that want to use that, I suppose. It's not something that I'm going to be really interested in, to be honest with you. I like to just play. I think that's the beauty of Nintendo, is that you don't have to talk to people. It is just talking to yourself, if anything. Like I'm doing now, making this video. Bigger screen, same thickness. Go big with a 7.9-inch screen that lets you enjoy smooth gameplay anytime, anywhere. Play with a greater detail and clarity thanks to a high-definition LCD display featuring support for HDR and up to 120 FPS. Now that's great, 120 FPS, fantastic. Wish this was OLED. Because the OLED on this is unreal when you're playing like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. The colours just pop out at you. It's absolutely amazing. Now, there will be an OLED model in the future. Might be next year or a year after. I'm quite tempted to wait and get the OLED model because more games will be out by then. Games might be cheaper. And just let people kind of be the guinea pigs for this sort of model. Because there are a few things that do put me off, to be honest with you. Connect with a Nintendo Switch 2 dock. Captain Harry World's big screen. So the new dock. Use the included dock to connect your Nintendo Switch 2 system to your TV and unleash up to 4K resolution for greater detail, which is great. Finally, 4K for the Switch. Beautiful. Very excited for Metroid. Whatever that one's called as well. Love the last one. And then you got the big stand on the back, which can go that low, which is fantastic, I suppose. Adjustable stand there. Joy-Con 2 controllers. Now the thing that I'm slightly a little bit nervous about is these here. Is the Joy-Con pins. Very aware how flimsy they look. Now they might be really sturdy, but they kind of look like they're going to be able to snap off, or if you're a little bit too rough with them, if they bend, you know. So that I'm a little bit concerned about that, if I'm honest. But I do like the way that you just pull them out now. They've got quite strong magnets on there, and they don't just... I mean, I was worried about if you were raging about something, you went, for fuck's sake, and you pulled them and they came out through that, but I don't really rage at video games. And then you got the mouse controls. which I think is kind of cool. Another way to play, I suppose. There's a wheelchair racing basketball game. There's also a golf game. And then you got the C button, which is obviously for game chat, as we've just discovered there. You can actually buy the camera, which I won't be doing. Game chat is included with any Nintendo Switch Online membership. 3 play modes, TV mode, tabletop mode, handheld mode. And then we've got the Nintendo Switch 2 games. So you got Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Breath of the Wild Nintendo Switch 2 edition, although I am hoping that you can just play the regular version if you've already got it and you don't have to upgrade. Same with Tears of the Kingdom. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, Kirby Air Riders, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, Super Mario Party Jamboree, which is already out, that's an upgrade, Drag X Drive, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Elden Ring, Cyberpunk, Split Fiction, The Duskbloods, Street Fighter 6 Final Fantasy Remake, which is weird because that's not even on Xbox. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, World of Assassination, Borderlands 4, Hades 2, Project 007. Now, the thing that bothers me about the games is that outside of the exclusives for Nintendo, all these games everyone's played already. Nobody's not played Elden Ring, nobody's not played Cyberpunk, or if you haven't, then fair enough, but a majority of gamers have already played these games. And I'm just concerned that the Switch 2 is just going to be playing third-party catch-up. So we're just going to be getting all these games that have already been played and released. But if people don't play anywhere else and they only play on Nintendo, then I suppose that's a positive to be able to play Cyberpunk on the go. I suppose cross-play, cross-progression as well. That's kind of interesting. So yeah, I don't really see the issue about the price, but that's because I live in the UK. I can see the American side of things, people kicking off about that. I can see people getting upset about it's $500. It does seem a little bit excessive. So I actually don't think it's priced poorly. I suppose it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. Now, the game comes out, the console comes out pretty soon. It's going to be very hard to sort of be like, oh, I really want to play that. I really want to play Nintendo. I really want to play the new Mario. I really want to see what Breath of the Wild looks like on the Switch 2. I really want to see what Tears of the Kingdom looks like with the Switch 2 upgrade. But you just know that they're going to release a better version of it in a couple of years' time. There'll be a white OLED model, which will be a little bit more expensive, I'm assuming, but it'll still have all the features of the previous Switch. So I'm kind of tempted to wait for that. Nothing wrong with my Switch 2 that does what it does now. But yeah, people with FOMO obviously wanting to play this at launch. Mario Kart at launch is huge for a Nintendo game. That's going to be fantastic. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't mind being a part of that. I wouldn't mind being a part of it. But, living in the real world with bills and mortgages and everything going up, times are hard. So I totally respect anyone who's going to hold off and not purchase one of these at launch and wants to wait a little while. But at the same time, if people want to fucking buy it, let them buy it. You've got no right to police what people do with their own money. Like, it was when the PlayStation 5 Pro launched and I was seeing all that stuff of people going, can't believe people are supporting this, I can't believe, it's ridiculous. Somebody buying something has zero effect on your life whatsoever. So just let people fucking be happy, let people game on what they want to game. If people want to pick it up, let them pick it up. But I don't like it when people make these content videos saying, it's terrible, the price is ridiculous, and at the end of it, but I'm going to buy one because I've got a YouTube channel and I need to fucking make content. And it's like, that's true to a point, stand by your convictions. So I'm excited for the Switch 2. I'm fully digital across all platforms. You can play your previous games on the Switch. You can upgrade them if you so wish. I'm hoping they're not going to lock that behind, so you have to upgrade unless you want to play Breath of the Wild, or Tears of the Kingdom. I'm hoping that's not the case, although I probably will just upgrade, to be honest with you. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited. I love Nintendo. Nintendo's been around fucking years, 30 odd years, whatever, and that's why they're still here. It's them doing their own thing. I respect it. I want to support Nintendo all the time. Love them. So I'm excited for it, and I'm quite pleased with the price point in the UK. £400 if you just want the base game, £430 if you want the bundle with the game. I don't think that's a huge issue whatsoever. I think that's pretty cheap for a next gen Nintendo console. So let me know what you think in the comments. If you are an American viewer, what do you think about the price point in America? Why is it so high? Could somebody please help me understand? I don't really stay in touch with news. I heard about these Trump tariffs that he's going to be putting tariffs up for export and import stuff, so maybe it's something to do with that. I don't know. Somebody please fill me in. If you're anywhere else in the world, what do you think of the price point? Are you excited? Are you going to pick one up? And as always, have a good time. Play video games where you want to play them and enjoy yourselves. And I'll see you again on the next video, so take care of yourselves.